Ladies and gentlemen, the surgeon and Whittaker!
Protect yourself at all times, touch glove.
So here we go, they're scheduled for 10 rounds or fewer. Whittaker in the grey.
Ezra's got this opportunity from shouting his mouth off in a press conference.
He's been boxing for a really long time, Whittaker. He was such a good amateur, of course. He knows that.
Yeah, Whittaker going to look to try and break him up with a jab, body shot.
Of Nigeria. Whittaker looking to try and get onto that jab. Whittaker just going up and down with the jab. Looking to time the right hand over the top. If it goes out against Whittaker, then, well, he will be falling right into the...
Yeah, exactly. Backing him up there, looking for the right hand over the top of that jab. Just, you know, putting him in his butt. I was expecting a more aggressive start from Aaron.
Different scenario for him compared to the people he's boxed previously, where he has looked to be aggressive.
Here we go.
And that is good to see. Question about that. Very, very quickly.
Over the top, off that jab to the body.
And enjoy himself. But you look at his fights, because yes, that can happen sometimes, but you can never up from the waist. Nice right hand into the...
He mixes the speed up, he changes where he...
Establish the jab, then put the right hand on the back of it, and then bit by bit, but
Sharp. And he you know, he'll walk you onto shots.
In between rounds, telling him, you're doing well, you're doing really, really well. Just... And as sure of himself as he comes across, as he... That's a good left hand to the body from Whittaker, and then again just managed. The uppercut wasn't far away.
Sharp as Ben Whittaker. You probably know the first 2 rounds you're going to lose just to get the timing, just to get this.
I wonder if a body shot has hurt him there just a few seconds beforehand, because
He's the person that's talked himself into
the guard, but Arenyeka looks to try and fire back, catches him with an overhand right, close that gap, looking to try and move in on Whittaker, lets the right hand go again there.
Even when he throws that left hook to the body.
Walking with a high guard with his hands so he can get there.
Sensed it, final few seconds of the round, he's trying to tuck up on the rope. Ezra Arenyeka there, then came to the UK. The UK up until this point, but this will announce him to a few people, particularly their sharp, accurate punches. Good counter right hand there.
Put him around the side.
Trying to get that jab away every now and again, Arenyeka, but just about to complete a PhD.
Yeah, it's too sharp for Whittaker to catch with.
Arenyeka.
Where Arenyeka's coming in with the high guard, he's just taking bench, just taking.
Whittaker leading off with and the reason is that most of the time when he tries something he gets caught, but not there. Nice. Particularly. Guard high, he's got nice long arms, so when he tucks up those. Kind of wants Arenyeka to be a bit more, get on the front foot and really let his hands go. That's when the technique can come up.
With combinations and maybe some feints.
Heading towards halfway, one right hand there. He's trying to get a few more punches off. Whittaker just caught by a long right hand. And rib cage of Arenyeka. Final few.
Long arms, hasn't he? So he can block, you know, the body shots. He can block the, you know.
Event still to come, of course. Chris Billam-Smith up against Richard Arenyeka in the green and white. There's that left to the body, possibly from Whittaker here, Matt. He's in with somebody who...
Ben, open him up, be creative, work the body.
Whittaker with a neat combination there, and then a nice left hand, a couple of left hands. But there's just that one instance toward the end of the thing away, and he's booking in for a long job here, heading into the final minute of round 6. If he can just keep turning it.
You know, single shots, even doubles aren't really going to get through.
And finishing on that left hand into the... Able to give himself a little bit of space there, Whittaker. He could maybe have caught him. He does have some very smooth upper body movement.
They're great bodies.
Maybe just making a slight dent there, the right hand over the top. It was an interesting little incident as you left us. He goes to walk him back to the court.
Goaded him by walking him back, and he stuck the head.
Still keeping things nice and tight, guard up in place. Lock up there, Whittaker, not quite. And this is a...
Won't be happy enough to get to 10 rounds though, Whittaker. And I'm sure he'll do that.
3 crisp punches just rattled off.
I think it's a little bit of frustration. The man, he uses them so effectively.
Here, then he's going to have to just raise the tempo bit by bit towards the end, finish nice and strong. Bob Williams, because there was the headbutt in between rounds, and then there was... Actually, that was a little bit naughty. Left hand there from Arenyeka right towards the end. Arenyeka didn't quite land it. Again, goes for it there. The feet. He's doubled down on it and travelled in behind it as quick as... But the Nigerian has taken what Whittaker... He sunk that in all night long. He looks for a right hand up until this point. Of round 8. Arenyeka again with a long right hand there, doesn't quite... Ranking, but it's a first.
A shot that he couldn't see from Zhang, so...
Punching power is something that people will talk about, probably.
Selection. Loads of south
Hopes came back off them. It's decent work from him.
Very sharp, very sharp.
Side. Comes in with that cross, square off. So it can be dangerous. Wilder just turning blind straight on. But you've got to have respectable punching power. And I think from Whittaker what we're seeing is that he has got...
It was hard enough. He can stick you with accuracy.
Whittaker just tapping him on the top of the head. He needs to be careful with that. The referee did some shots in this fight, the Nigerian. Knows the distance or not. The trainer feeling that he gets that though.
Yeah, I would too. I think it'll be hard because
leaps into a massive left hook there, Arenyeka. Anthony Farnell controlled this fight, Whittaker, from beginning to end, and he's kept...
He's your friend now.
We're great pals. Great. There's that left to the body. To close the show here, if he so chooses. He was able to take a breather there, Arenyeka, and he drew well.
Yeah, and he's done.
Don't have their right of reply. I have no problem with it whatsoever. I think and he's just like that there, and he really got through and put a big dent in him, and he's just about going to make it through.
Scorecards for the official decision. The surgeon